everyone, welcome to my class. Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Lately, the weather is very hot. Please drink a lot of mineral water, okay? Alright, in this video, we are still in the same topic, which is Unit 3, Wild Weather. Class, the skill that we are going to focus today is writing. Okay, for today's lesson, all of you need to be able to create sentences to continue the fictional story. Next, complete the story with the words and expressions. And lastly, classify 8 phrases in 3 columns. Okay, before we are going to learn something new in this video, let's create a story together. Okay, individually, you need to continue the story with this example, as I show you. For the first sentence, you need to create at least 4 sentences in total. So there would be 5 sentences. You can create ones in the comment box below so I can read it later. You can use your imagination and your creativity to make this fictional story to become more interesting. You are given 5 minutes to complete this task. Okay, since you have completed the first task just now, okay, congratulations. Let's learn about the sequencing words. What is sequencing words? Sequence words are words that help us to understand the order of the events that are happening in the narrative or text. Sequencing words would tell us things like what happened first, what happened next, and what happened that was unexpected. So they are like signal words that help us to identify the next event and the end of a story. So far so good, class? Okay, good. Alright, in our lesson today, we only focus on these 6 sequence words that I show you. Alright, in these slides, we have one day for the beginning of the story, later, soon, then, and by then for the telling what will happen next in the story, and lastly is in the end. To tell the story has come to the conclusion, which is the ending. Okay, since you have learned all these 6 sequencing words, let's do an exercise. Okay, individually, you need to complete the story with the words and expressions. You can refer to your textbooks, page 38 for the questions, and you can answer it in your notebooks. I will give you 5 minutes to complete this task, okay? So, good luck, class! This is the exercise that you need to answer. If you cannot see this exercise, you can refer to your textbook page 38, okay? You need to complete it by fill in the gap with the sequencing words. All the best, students! Okay, the time's up, so let's read the answer together. For question 1, which is the first gap, the answer would be 1 day. Okay, let me read the sentence. One day, my friend Rosie and I decided to go for a walk in the mountains. The sun was shining when we set off, but... Okay, the second gap is later. Let me continue first. But later, the weather changed. It was very foggy and we couldn't see where we were going. The next gap is soon. Alright, soon would be the answer. Soon, we were lost. We didn't know what to do. For the fourth gap is then. Then I remembered I had a mobile phone in my bag. I tried to call my dad, but my phone was not working. Okay, the fifth gap is by then. You need to remember, students, by then will be followed after the words sequence word then. So the words then should come first in your essay, okay? Alright, let me continue reading this answer. By then, it was getting dark and we were cold and frightened. Suddenly, we heard a sound of a helicopter. We couldn't believe our luck. It was coming to rescue us. Everything was alright. Okay, the last gap is in the end. Alright, in the end, but we learned our lesson. Next time, we will check the weather forecast before we go for a walk in the mountains. So, who got all correct? Yay! Congratulations! Let's continue our lesson. Okay, let's moving on to the class exercise. Since you have learned about sequencing words earlier, now you need to classify 8 phrases or 8 sequencing words in 3 columns. It's an easy task, right? Okay, same rules apply. You need to answer these questions in your notebooks. So, you can start now. Okay, your time's up. Let's check the answer again. Alright, there are 3 columns. First column is beginning of a story. The next one is continuing the story. And last column would be ending the story. So, I think this is just a very simple one. Okay, for the first column, which is for the beginning of a story, we have 2 answers there. First one is one day, and the second one is to begin with. Since you have learned this, you can apply the sequencing words for your next essay, okay? Alright, for the continuing the story, we have 3, which are next, immediately, and as soon as. You can put these types of sequencing words if you want to tell the readers what happened next in your essay. Lastly is the ending of the story. We have 3 answers, which are finally, in the end, and eventually. So we have done discussing the answer for the class exercise. Congratulations for those who answer all the questions correctly. Good job, students! All of you have managed to create a story, learn about sequencing words, and answer the questions related to our topic just now. So, there are 2 moral values that we can find in the video and apply it in our daily life. Firstly, you need to be prepared like the person in our class activity before. We need to bring safety supplies like phones, umbrellas, and whatnot, especially if we want to go outside. Okay, next, we need to check the weather forecast before we want to go outside or doing some outdoor activities, because sometimes the forecast is accurate and we can be cautious about the weather. So I think that's all for today's video. Till we meet again in the next video, which is next week. Bye bye!